United on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. And getting into the second part of November here, a quick glance at the power rankings. Let's see how everyone started out. You look at Utah. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And you know, for the Heat, they're happy with this latest stretch of games. This is the time of year for optimism. At this point, anything is possible.
Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The duo inside, Love and Thompson. Colin Sexton is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Porter in at the 3. And for the Heat, at the 2 and the 3, it's Butler and Winslow. Olynyk is out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Hero into the 1 spot. Two struggling teams with frustrated players. Brent, when you were playing, did you have any kind of trick for kind of getting out of that malaise, that trough?
Sometimes for individuals, you have things that you've gone to in the past, whether it was through your high school career or your collegiate career. The interesting thing about a team dynamic, Kevin, is how do you do it collectively? And so the best way is to try to find something that you can do to step away from the game, get your mind onto something else, try to normalize an experience throughout the year.
Like what? I mean, give me an example.
Well, maybe something where your team goes out to go see a movie together, or on the road, you go somewhere to a museum, or I know it sounds silly, but any time that you have that kind of away experience and you come back in, the perspective on the next game changes maybe just enough for you guys to recover.
That free throw good from Butler. And you look at Jimmy Butler. He's about 6'8", about 230 pounds. Great size on the wing.
And he keeps himself in tip-top shape. His strength, one thing I'm not sure the casual fan even recognizes.
And so Butler nails both of them.
Well, they say players are made in the summertime. And that's Jimmy Butler's favorite time of year. He calls it grimy season, gets out in the country, and puts in that work.
And it's Dellavedova missing. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I caught up with Coach John Beilein. He talked about the versatility of Jimmy Butler's offensive arsenal. Whether it's long range, posting up, dribble drives, Butler finds a way to get buckets and impact the game. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And Greg, those summertime workouts for Butler, they are something.
I mean, they sure are. He calls them bandanas and buckets. Grows his hair out, 2-a-days, hot yoga, intentionally isolated from the hustle and bustle of the big city. It gives him an excuse to really just lock in.
Lock it 2 from deep. Rebound by Olynyk. And here are the Heat now. Winslow, the bounce pass. Butler, no good.
Man, he's had 3 good looks at the basket and nothing to show for it.
And a wide open look for Porter. Drops in the tray.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, no question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
So it's Miami now. After the Cavaliers pick up 3, here's Butler. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Dellavedova scanning the floor. Outside Porter. The pass to Sexton. They get it back. Thompson misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
And Butler is a force when he's driving to the basket. God loves gutting the defense, and you just cannot afford to lose it.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And here is Dellavedova. Pass to Love. Whistle blows if that's going to be a travel. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Love.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now here's Butler. Not a lot of room. Pass to Hero. Over Dellavedova. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And so it's Dellavedova. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, they couldn't do it in that one. Always a step slow in closing out the shooters, and maybe even recognition of who was on the floor. Just not enough energy, and that's a tough way to win on the road.
Here's Dellavedova. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. Back to Dellavedova. Cleveland moving the ball around. Up against Olynyk. Love the pass to Thompson. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The Heat leading by 5. Here's Butler. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow. 8 points for Butler.
Yeah, there's a good indicator of Winslow and his feel for the game. I like how much he makes a concentrated effort to get the ball right there to the open man.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Looking at the long season ahead, Brent, as a veteran player, what are some of the habits that keep your body going strong, staying healthy?
Teams have really gotten hip to the idea that we need to rest our star players as much as possible. So efficiency with the work that they do, I think, is the most important thing. Star guys who get into practice and are on the court for 50 minutes to an hour every day, so that there's a rhythm that they can keep and the teammates can keep up along with them on the floor. That's what's about for those guys. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Cavaliers trail by 9. Here's Dellavedova. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Passes it to Sexton. To halt the run. Adebayo against Love. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Yeah, how about the positioning there, Kevin? Just waiting on that side of the rim, knowing the ball was going to ricochet right to him.
And the pass to Winslow. Butler on the wing. The 3. Love grabs the board. Cleveland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Porter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, if you look at Miami's future and it was inside a crystal ball, that picture's got to be a bit foggy at this point. They've been in the middle of the pack for a long time, but taking a chance this offseason and bringing in Jimmy Butler as their lone star, we'll see if that recruitment process pays off in some ways for Miami to reestablish some of their culture.
And he can't get the first one. You know, it seems like every year Miami is barely making or barely missing the playoffs. So, Brent, you're right. They've been close.
They keep it competitive. I just don't think there's a way in which Pat Riley will ever let go of the rope that way and tear down the roster. There's just too much pride, too much competitive fire here for them to do that, and it's not the way that Miami's going to go.
Here's Hero, defended by Dellavedova. Kicks to Olynyk for three. Cavaliers with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
And Tristan Thompson with some force on that one.
The Heat leading by 4. Here's Hero. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Now here's Olynyk. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
The Cavaliers trail by 6. Dellavedova with the ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Love in the post. He's against Olynyk. And Love gets it to go.
Kevin, stick-to-itiveness. You heard that? Kevin Love just showed you what it's all about.
Stolen by Dellavedova. Now Cleveland moving it up. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Butler.
Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm? Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Now here's Sexton. Covered by Winslow. Chalk up 2 there.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And for the Cavs, their #1 goal is to identify a young superstar to build around.
Yeah, they've had a nice collection here of guys that they hope step up and step out. Cleveland's only 2 Rookie of the Year award winners have been LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. Franchise changers hard to find.
And a new group in for the Heat. Leonard, he's checked in for Olynyk. Johnson comes in for Bam Adebayo. Jones checked in for Winslow. And it's Dragic in for Hero. Left side Butler for the 3. And Henson pulls it down. Cavaliers trailing. Here's Clarkson. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Now, I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
Here's Leonard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Heat lead by 4.
How about Leonard not letting the D get to him? Amazing, but he maintains his balance, especially at his size on that shot.
Clarkson on the wing, defended by Butler. Henson. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
The Heat have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Outside Dragic. Butler against Clarkson. And Butler gets it to go. Butler's got 10.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game?
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Here's Osman. In the loss to the Knicks the other night, definitely was not himself. Poked away. Clock at 6. Oh, Nance in position. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Clarkson against Butler. Johnson outside. Over Nance. A shot by Johnson, no good.
Oh, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Here's Clarkson. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. Now Garland. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York. And it's Dragic bringing up the ball for the Miami Heat. 1:53 left in the first. Here's Jones, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Derek Jones gets talked about a lot in terms of his dunking prowess and the way that he can get up in the air and maybe make a poster and a memory in the flash of an eye. But beyond the dunks, he's done a good job of really improving his game since coming into the league in 2016.
And that one falls for Jones. Hey, Brent, for Derek Jones, he saw the floor a good amount in his first full season with the Miami Heat.
Now, Derek Jones is somebody that the Miami Heat continue to explore. And I guess if you're within that organization in Miami for a number of seasons, they like something about your competitive spirit. And that's where Derek Jones has probably found a home here in Miami.
We talk so much about the stars in this league, Brent. Name some role players who, when they do get hot, they can be terrific.
Well, there's nobody better, and I think he's ripped out a page from Seattle's own Jamal Crawford.
I know
there's been nobody better in the last couple of years than what Lou Williams has represented for the Clippers. He's had scoring performances, Kevin, and you've been witness to them courtside, where it's just astounding that he can go and get where he wants to go and make the types of shots that he's been able to do. And this is a revelation because this is 7, 8, 9 years that he's been in the league.
Right.
And he's doing this with such great impact and, thankfully, rightfully, been rewarded for it.
First one falls for him.
And one issue for the Heat for years now, inefficient shooting.
Well, young players are learning how to defend, so you need to do that first. But if you can't go down on the offensive end and you can't find ways to dig out of holes by shooting the basketball, you get down 10 or 12 points. Defense sometimes isn't enough. They've been the bottom third in points scored for quite a while. At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Garland kicks to Henson. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2. Miami leading by 6. Outside, Jones. Back to Dragic. Baseline jumper. Nance with the rebound. Cleveland's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And that one's good. Osman. 59 seconds left to play here in the first. Now here's Dragic, guarded closely. Here's Nunn. No good on that one. And it's the Cavaliers taking it the other way. Now here's Garland. He's guarded by Dragic. Garland with the bucket. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Outside, Jones. Pass to Nunn. And Henson sends it back.
Well, Henson's an explosive leaper and really active on that play.
The wide open look here for Garland. Nets the corner 3. Garland's got 5 points so far.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. For Miami, they have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
And he makes the first.
Well, when it comes to free throws, Dragic is just money from the line.
And Goran Dragic drops them both. Now, here's Clarkson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's the three. The shot that time not on target. Jimmy Butler has been on display for Miami. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. And we'll be right back after this. Tough nose Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
You call me a leader, all-star, whatever you want to call it, but with that comes a lot of, some people call it pressure, but a lot of responsibility is what I call it. Every night you got to show up. You have to be productive. You have to show guys even when you're hurt, you can still play. Even when you're tired, you got to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. It's fun to me. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Heat, Johnson and Leonard together up front. Then there's Dragic. Then it's Jones. And it's Nunn in at the 2. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. I didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. And the shot is good. And here's Clarkson. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Henson the pass to Osman. Back to Henson. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Now, this is where he should operate. Henson has developed his skills, but has limited range.
Dragic with it. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for Miami. Porter's checked in for Cleveland. Sexton comes in for Jordan Clarkson. Here's Dragic, and Henson sends it back. And they're able to recover. 6 to shoot. Second chance shot. Here's Dragic, and finally they hit one. Cleveland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Now, here's Garland. Tight defense on him. Here's Nance, and Nance slams it in.
Hard for opposing teams to box out Nance because of all the activity that Larry Nance Jr. has. Plays alive on every possession.
Now, here's Dragic. He kicks to Johnson. Over Nance. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Nance.
Well, the veteran James Johnson has been in the league for quite some time now, and he's had a few different stops. You can't deny the fact that James Johnson has some incredible talents shooting, handling, controlling the offense from that point forward position. He does a really nice job and has found a home here in Miami.
The first free throw is good. And for Johnson now, over a decade of service time in the NBA. Brent, that's some great veteran leadership.
Great veteran leadership, great experience to draw from, but finding a home in Miami. Case in point, last year for the Miami Heat, James Johnson was elected the team captain. So nice to see some of that hard work obviously paying off here in terms of the respectability of James Johnson.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Back to Henson. The feed to Porter. Pass to Sexton. From deep three-point range, Cleveland the rebound. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
The defender's trying to get aggressive because when Larry Nance Jr. gets into that area, he becomes problematic.
In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns.
Yes.
I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it.
Following the basket by Colin Sexton. Passes it to Nunn. The pass to Hero. Here's Nunn. Defended by Dellavedova. From 18 feet away. Here's Olynyk. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, and Olynyk up and down at the free throw line early in his career, but with his touch, he's bound to become more consistent.
And he knocks down the first one.
You look at the youth movement here going on in Cleveland. They had a lottery pick to work with 2 seasons in a row, and now a college coach coming in with a bunch of young players. You wonder if some of their veteran guys might not be around the entire season as they look to continue to try to collect some assets to rebuild this franchise.
And Brent, the Cavaliers have been lucky with high lottery picks.
They got really lucky with that #1 pick in LeBron James many moons ago, Kevin, but it's time for a rebuild here in Cleveland, and you wonder what the rookies that are coming in this season, along with John Beilein as a tremendous offensive coach in college at the University of Michigan, if this all doesn't help accelerate some of the learning curve for these young talented players.
Now here's Sexton. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Goes back up, and it's laid up and in by Thompson. Thompson's got the lead up to 4 now for Cleveland.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Pass to Olynyk. Over to the left wing. Out left to the wing. Hero. And he's good on the 3-ball. Hero's got 5.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
And so it's Dellavedova. He'll bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. And that'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. With some arc, and the basket is good. He's got 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Nunn. Here's Hero. Defended by Dellavedova. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Here's Sexton. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. 6 points for Colin Sexton.
Sexton seeing the floor, knowing where to run that time. Good pace.
Here's Hero. 5 points in the game. Here's Nunn. Here's Winslow. Off target from 3-point range. The Cavaliers have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. The Heat making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Love's checked in for Cleveland. And so here's Cleveland. Thompson dishes to Love. Lobbed up there for Thompson.
Well, a big reason why Dellavedova is out there is because he can see who's available.
The Heat trail by 7. Passes to Butler and stolen by Sexton. To the paint, here's Porter, and he lays it straight in.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Miami's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Outside Butler. They need this. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, and Butler just can't be stopped. I mean, even when the D knocks him around, he keeps his focus on the basket. Well, the young bull, Colin Sexton, getting a lot of playing time in his rookie season, allowed him to play through his mistakes, and that's what you hope for coming in.
The free throw drops for Butler. And even as the Cavaliers lagged at the very bottom of the standings, Greg, Sexton publicly described the season as fun. Would that bother you as a veteran?
Losing seasons, they suck. I mean, no other way to put it. I think he cares about winning, but keeping that positivity is probably the best approach. Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Now, team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Here's Hero. The Cavaliers making the shot. Butler passes to Winslow. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Love. And here we go. 3-pointer. Dellavedova. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Hero. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists tonight.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
The Cavaliers leading by 6. Now Dellavedova. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The pass to Porter. And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That's his first foul.
Oh, what a terrible foul there. The shot clock winding down, and he ends up bailing out the offense with a silly foul.
On the wing, Thompson. Olynyk is covering. 6 to shoot. Porter dishes to Love. A 3-pointer is right on target. Love's got the lead up to 9 now for the Cavs.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Here's Hero. Defended by Dellavedova. And the basket by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 6.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
Porter kicks to Dellavedova. Dishes it to Love. Back to Dellavedova. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Love missing. The Heat trail by 7. Here's Butler. Good, and the nice assist from Winslow. Winslow's got 3 assists in the game. Cleveland's gone 2 for 5 from 3-point land since the end of the first. Dellavedova, the pass to Porter. It's hauled in by the Heat. Olynyk's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Hero. Defended by Dellavedova. Here's Adebayo. Tries yet again. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Now here is Dellavedova. He's tightly guarded. The open look here for Sexton. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The Heat have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Winslow kicks to Adebayo. Over Sexton. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut to just 3 points on the basket from Adebayo.
Well, fabulous pass there from Justice Winslow sets his teammate up in a perfect position.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
And already his third foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the third quarter.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
That free throw good from Dellavedova. And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
The Heat back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Olynyk. Johnson comes in for Bam Adebayo. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Winslow. And it's Dragic in for Hero. Now here's Butler. He's got 15. Pass to Jones. 5 on the clock. Can he keep it going? It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Garland. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Throws it up high.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. We've got 1:13 left here in the second. Now here is Dellavedova. He's guarded by Dragic. Here's Love. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Johnson. Jones drives in. Here's Butler. Back to Jones. Rebound by Dellavedova. The Cavaliers leading by 3. There's Garland. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. 9 points for Darius Garland.
That's seeing the entire floor. Delly quickly evaluating and delivering.
32 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Johnson. The kick outside to Butler. Off target from outside. Cleveland's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
The Cavaliers have hit half their free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And the first one drops. Cavaliers making a switch here. And so he makes both from the line. Right side, Dragic. Johnson, a wide open look. The baseline J off the mark.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
The Cavaliers have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. That misses, so he splits the free throws. That'll do it for the first half. Cavaliers lead by 8. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another, you guys were dominant in that first half and you have a big lead, but do you forget about that in the second half?
Oh yeah, we got to treat it like a 0-0 game. I know we're going to stay in the locker room. We got to come out and win the third quarter. If we do that, we feel like we'll be okay. But like I said, this team is tough. We know they're capable of coming back.
Well, we'll see what happens, Kevin. Thanks. Now back to the other Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. They were in the driver's seat once we got into the second quarter. Their lead is now 8 here at the half, and they've got all the momentum on their side. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
Well, they're out in front tonight because of their offensive rebounding. Those second chance buckets came into play in a big way. Those are effort points, momentum builders, salvaging points off the scrap heap. You never heard me say scrap heap before, Ernie. I don't even know what it means. It just sounded good.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Miami?
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling, like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stat.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And here is Dellavedova on the court for Cleveland. The duo inside, Love and Thompson. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Sexton. And it's Porter in at the small forward. Sexton finds Dellavedova. 6 on the shot clock. Outside, Porter fires from deep. Offensive rebound.
A fundamental footwork and boxing out there that allowed him to rip that ball right off the rim.
Butler. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA, and really Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011, Thompson was at that point the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Here's Dellavedova. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Here's Thompson. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Love the change of speed there from Winslow, forcing the D to foul him to try to prevent that one.
And Thompson may have led the way for Canadians. But as far as where the league is going, Greg, he's a throwback player.
I mean, a rebounder and rim runner. His game is built on toughness and hustle.
Amazing to watch the 10th overall pick in 2014 and Justice Winslow manage his career and positional change in the NBA. I mean, last year he had a very underrated season. Averaged 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. A lot of what Miami was trying to do last year had to deal with Justice Winslow playing some point forward and initiating a lot of their offense, especially in the wake of the Dragic injury.
Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Now here is Dellavedova. He's covered closely. Sexton with it. He's got 6. And the dunk by Love.
Sexton working the ball to a teammate. That's what you want to see from him.
The Heat trail by 6. And with Winslow, the defense, Brent, was always there. The offensive improvement finally caught up.
Well, a little bit, Kevin. He's still never going to be your 1 through 3 option in any offensive set, and defense will be his calling card. But last year, the way that they explored his ball handling and made him a point forward, he definitely impacted the game.
And so it's Dellavedova. He'll bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Olynyk.
You catch a defender out of position like that, and Dellavedova, he could be a sneaky, tough cover.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
You think about the Cavs and the 2 MVP awards that were won for that franchise. Of course, that was LeBron James in back-to-back seasons, both in 2009 and 2010.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. And then in 2013 with Miami, LeBron, Brent, finished 1 ballot shy, burning all the MVP votes.
We wouldn't see a unanimous MVP winner until Steph Curry did it in 2016. But just as impressive, if not more so, LeBron James with a total of 4 MVP trophies over a 5-year span.
Adebayo. And good that time. Adebayo's got 6 points in the quarter.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Up top, Dellavedova. Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Hero, defended by Dellavedova. There's Winslow. The shot comes out. Nice D from Porter. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Here's Sexton. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Sexton's got 8 points. The Heat have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Here's Hero. 7 points in the game. Here's Butler. Poked loose. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And here's what the Cleveland Cavaliers schedule looks like. On Friday, they continue the road trip heading out to Dallas to take on the Mavericks. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at Cleveland. They're still struggling, trying to string something together, getting a lot of wins. The competition, though, so tough. And, of course, there's the Heat, a half game back.
And right now for the Cavaliers, so far it looks like the adjustments they made in the offseason aren't going to produce the desired effect.
Yeah, lots of season left to go, so maybe a little too early to say that. The results have been anything but positive early on, but we've seen plenty of teams dig themselves out of big holes after early season woes. But even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Winslow finds Adebayo. Passes it to Hero. Good D by Thompson.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
They get the rebound. Off target at the rim. The Heat trail by 7. Knocked loose. Now the pass to Nunn. Olynyk against Thompson from 13. Olynyk can't hit.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Sexton. And another miss by Cleveland.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Well, one thing you can say about the Heat team, very long and very athletic.
That helped them really stay competitive in a lot of games. But when you can't shoot the ball, really, really hard to come back in games where there's teams firing away from three and you can't mount any sort of offensive comeback.
No good on that one.
So much intrigue around Justice Winslow, who's still trying to find the right position in the NBA. Last year, a lot of it was at the point guard position as a wing.
Garland, he's checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. Now, here's Garland. 12 points for him. Down low. Clock at 6. Stolen by Winslow. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. Count that one. Winslow's got 5 now.
Yeah, you have to be pretty much attentive to where Winslow is, a crafty defender.
Garland, the pass to Henson. It's Porter outside. The offensive rebound. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Olynyk. The Cavaliers have had some good chances at the line, but only gone 6 of 12 from the stripe. That free throw good from Thompson.
Well, last year, interesting under-the-radar season as Tristan Thompson statistically had a very, very good year. A career best rate in rebounding, scoring, and assists. That's a big guy down on the inside, and Tristan Thompson provides you some great foundation on a nightly basis to bring physicality to the game.
Winslow's shot is off.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Becoming dominant in the catch and shoot, Leonard has really polished up the mechanics on that jump shot.
And as well as he played last season, the former Iron Man, Tristan Thompson, struggled with injury.
Yeah, fewest games played of his career in any given season. And for a guy who went 4 straight seasons playing every game, deep into the playoffs, games that physically and mentally take a toll on you, last season was a tough one for Tristan that way. Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Cavaliers leading. Sexton deciding where to go with it. The dish now to Thompson. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Sexton's got 3 assists tonight. For Miami, they've gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Bounce pass, Dragic. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And here's a rundown of the rookies already having a huge impact in their first season. These are the NBA's rookie scoring leaders. The 4th spot held by Darius Garland.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I've got to say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Johnson outside. Pass to Adebayo. Over Henson. Leonard trying to break free. The shot by Adebayo, no good. Cleveland leading by 6. And it's Dragic with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Bam Adebayo. And then for Cleveland, Nance comes in for John Henson. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Colin Sexton. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Shots good by Clarkson.
Like to see more of that from Clarkson. Just get more consistent from the 3-point line. Steps up and knocks that one down.
Dragic left side. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for, what is it? He's right around 9 points a night, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done. Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Cleveland's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Garland, the pass to Thompson. They get a hand on it. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Makes it off the glass. Now just a 5-point Cleveland lead.
How about Leonard getting out and attacking in transition?
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Back to Nance, and Nance slams it in.
Yeah, you could throw it just about anywhere for Larry Nance Jr., and then he'll know what to do with it.
The Heat shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. Outside Dragic. He dishes it to Jones. Outside Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Here's Dragic. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Like to see Larry Nance Jr. keep working on the interior part of his game. Shots like this can help his confidence.
Now here's Dragic. Defense is right there. And the dunk by Winslow.
Now that is some vertical from Justice Winslow.
The Cavaliers leading by 7. Now Garland. He's got 12. Floats one. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Thompson's got the lead up to 9 now for the Cavs.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Feeds it to Johnson. It's stolen by Nance. In transition, here come the Cavaliers.
The hands, the anticipation. Nance Jr., a great job there. Reaching out, tapping that ball away for the steal.
Clarkson against Dragic. And it's Leonard, top of the key. And it's off from three-point range. And here are the Cavaliers. They're on a 15-6 run. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Butler, he's checked in for Miami. On a switch here also for Cleveland. Love's checked in. Now here's Garland. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Nance dishes to Garland. That shot off. Dragic with some nice D. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And nice court vision from Dragic there to get a great look at the bucket.
There's 48 seconds left in the third. Garland, the pass to Nance. Love outside. Off target with his 3. And it's Dragic with the ball for the Heat. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to them here early, and they are clicking in transition.
Here's Garland. He's got 12. Clarkson surveying the floor. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Puts it up from 12. Good on the shot. Clarkson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, Clarkson doing his best to keep that mid-range jump shot from dying off.
No good from Dragic. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Cavaliers ahead. They're up by 9. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. The backcourt, Dragic and Butler. Johnson is out there with Olynyk, and it's Leonard in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Good work there as it goes.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Pass to Love. Clarkson against Butler, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. Heroes checked in for the Heat. On defense, Miami. They trail by 7. Oh, Nance in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Pretty good use of the screen and roll, as Larry Nance Jr. does a great job of slashing right after setting the screen.
Hero passes to Johnson. Passes it to Olynyk. Here's Hero. Shot clock at 5. The Heat need to get a shot off. And that one's good by Butler.
And just love how intense Butler is on this end. Looking to shoot every time down the floor. He is totally locked in.
Now, here's Garland. Clarkson. And the 3 off target. And there's the pass to Hero. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
In a coaching hire by the Cavaliers that caught most off guard, John Beilein had led the Michigan Wolverines for 12 seasons, their all-time leader in coaching wins.
Well, there was also talk the year prior about John Beilein joining the Detroit Pistons organization, so finally making the jump to the NBA, where it's a much different challenge. It's going to be very interesting to see how it is that Coach Beilein implements a lot of his offensive schemes that were so successful in college.
Now here is Dellavedova. Left side, Love. Porter in the corner. No good with the triple.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Johnson can't get it to go. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Clarkson kicks to Dellavedova. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Left side, Love. And another miss by Cleveland. The Heat have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Here's Olynyk. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Heat making a change here. Adebayo's checked in. Dellavedova dishes to Nance. Love outside. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only 1 so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Just great intensity there. Butler just doesn't settle for simple finishes off the drive. He is trying to make a statement.
And so it's Cleveland with it after the Heat pick up 2. It's Porter outside, nailed from 3-point land. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down.
Hero passes to Butler. Olynyk inside, covered by Nance. From the left block, and Olynyk finishes it off. And it's Dellavedova with the ball. He brings it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've led by as many as 11 points. Oh, Nance in position. Love against Adebayo. Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Butler.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside. Utilizes his height and strength well and varies that release point.
Now here's Porter. Kicks it to Love. 6 to shoot. From 15 feet away, again the Cavaliers score.
This is where Delly becomes more versatile when he starts to hit some jumpers inside the three-point line.
Here's Hero. Defended by Dellavedova. Butler. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Love's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Nance is so athletic and so springy and bouncy out there on the floor. He can draw a lot of contact like that.
And last year, not only did the Cavs fail to return to the finals, they only won 19 games.
Yeah, and they won 50 games the year before without Kyrie. That's how much LeBron James meant to this franchise. He defines the word irreplaceable.
Here's Hero. To the middle. Here's Olynyk. The second chance effort. It's deflected.
More of this from Larry Nance Jr. rising up and tossing that one away.
Now here is Dellavedova. Pass to Sexton. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Johnson's got 5 rebounds tonight. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
One-on-one here. Here's Dellavedova. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 11 rebounds in the game. Inside. Here's Adebayo.
Well, Bam at 6'10" might be a little bit undersized, but there's something in his activity on a nightly basis, Kevin, that feels like he plays bigger. Just a pogo stick, gets around, covers some ground laterally, and does a great job of both protecting the rim and finishing strong.
First free throw is good. Justice Winslow, he's checked in for James Johnson. And Cleveland with a change here too. Thompson, he's checked in for Kevin Love. He's perfect from the line this time. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Dellavedova kicks to Nance. Outside, Porter pulls it up. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
For Miami, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Here's Hero. Pass to Adebayo. Over Nance. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Adebayo.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
And here's Sexton. He kicks it to Porter. Five to shoot. From deep. And another miss by Cleveland.
And you have to admire his confidence on that, but there's no way that's going to fall.
Coaches will tell you that's a bad shot, but when your teammates tell you that, you probably got to think about it.
Shoots from 14, and they pick up 2. And the Cavaliers lead by 4. For Miami, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the 4th, and even 50%. Hero passes to Adebayo. Here's Hero. Defended by Dellavedova. Hero, no good.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Now here is Dellavedova. Sexton with it. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Sexton with the ball on a string with a beautiful sequence.
Here's Butler, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Butler's got 13 points in the second half.
He's unguardable. Nobody been able to contain him here in the fourth quarter. Now 4 of 5 from the field.
And it's Dellavedova with the ball. He brings it up for Cleveland. And the Cavaliers call time here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tristan Thompson.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what John Beilein said to his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
Now, here's Porter. Nance finds Dellavedova. 6 on the shot clock. A floater. Thompson controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Now that's what Tristan Thompson does best, just working the glass and working the D over.
Here's Hero. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson. The first one falls. Both good from the line that time. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Now Dellavedova. Olynyk with the steal. Here's the break. Here's Butler. Thompson with the rebound.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
Now, here's Sexton. Some solid defense from Butler.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Going to the rack with energy. Listen to D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Here's Dellavedova, following the score by Miami. Porter outside. Can't hit that one. And the Heat going the other way now. Hero passes to Butler. No good. That would have tied it.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Now, here's Sexton. Back to Dellavedova. Just 5 on the clock. Another shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, if Thompson is going to get that deep, you almost have to wrap 2 hands around him and hope he doesn't score.
That one misses. The Heat trail by 3. Butler attacking out to the wing. Adebayo finds Olynyk. Now here's Butler, defended by Sexton. Step back shot. No good that time. And Miami shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. Here's Butler. No good that time. Nice D from Porter. And the layup's good off the glass. Dellavedova's got 4 points this quarter.
Big points in a tight game, and you see the confidence from Matthew Dellavedova.
Here's Hero. Defended by Dellavedova, and Thompson sends it back. The Cavaliers leading by 5. 1:15 left in the fourth. Here's Sexton. Misses the 3.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
Winslow kicks to Buck. Passes it to Olynyk. On the wing, Winslow. Guarded by Porter. From outside the arc, it's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
Now I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
And the Cavaliers call time here. They're in front by 2. There's 45 seconds left in the game. There's the pass to Sexton. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It counts.
Sexton with a shining moment here.
35 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Hero. Defended by Dellavedova. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession. Timeout called. Cleveland. They're up by 4. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Sexton. And an intentional foul right there. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And he commits the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
Now, Sexton understands what's at stake for him, so the passion that he brings to the court on a nightly basis has to be there.
And no mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
Timeout called. The Heat. They're behind by 6. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
Well, their pass it to Winslow. The putback, good! And now they trail by just 4.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game. Now a timeout called by Miami. They're trailing by 6. 17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
It drops. And now they trail by just 4.
That's a huge shot from Winslow. He shows no fear in taking and making that one.
And an intentional foul there stops the clock. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And the second of 2 is good. That puts them up by 5. Here's Hero. Defended by Sexton. Winslow wide open. He fires offline with his 3. And that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
An 86% foul shooter for his college career. Dellavedova hasn't been quite that consistent at the pro level.
Here's Hero. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kevin, big job tonight in winning the game. What do you learn about your team when you win a game like this?
We're just giving ourselves a chance to win. So, I mean, we're really just grinding it out as much as we possibly can. We're getting better every day. So, we're happy we got this win. I got to give it all to my teammates and my coaches.
Great focus at the end, Kevin. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.